Hello again. This is the final video in the Easy Strategy series, and it takes up a question which might seemingly sound like a minor administrative detail, but it really isn't. And that is, how often should I review? How often should I take a look at this whole subject of strategy and plow through the questions and gather data and examine the different arguments and the different assessments, and how often should I try to pull this together? Well, to begin with, in big companies, by and large, they go through something like this at the same time that it takes the Earth to rotate around the sun a year. It's simply administratively convenient. It's a way to comply with bureaucratic requirements. Oh gosh, we gotta have a plan now, don't we? Which we, of course, then can finish and stash away and get on with running the business. Well, obviously, I don't think that way. And I guess my message here is that you really shouldn't be thinking of this sort of assessment as something that's tied to any kind of cycle. What it really is a look at the business which is necessitated by its performance, by developments out in the world, in the marketplace, and so forth. It should be a contingent action, something that takes place because it should take place, not according to any particular schedule. And of course, for many businesses, which, to be honest about it, are slow-moving businesses, not much happens. There are businesses like that. You probably don't have to worry about getting on with this really too often. You might be happy to do it in the Earth rotation mode, and for that matter, even less often. There really are businesses where the fundamentals don't change. You know exactly what you're up to, and therefore the strategic assessment, while important to get right, the conclusions, if done properly, probably don't change very frequently. On the other hand, of course, we know that some businesses change very fast. Not only are they the kinds of businesses, some of which we've spoken of in this series, that are very much linked into the internet, where online activity of one sort or another is having a big impact, but they are those businesses, for example, where technology development is having a big role. It's influencing products, markets, even the way the products are being produced. The notion that technology is changing very fast is a bit of a almost a cliche, but some just stunning things have been happening in recent years. So we really must acknowledge that we may actually been involved in a new world of change. The Israeli Harari's books about the rapid change of technology and the way it's affecting our lives, and for example, the way in which all vehicular driving will be automated in the not too far distant future. These are stunning developments. So what I guess that illustrates is that there are some businesses, some of your businesses, which will change dramatically, will even disappear. So when you kind of suspect this, when the augurs are that will be the case, then you jolly well better think about this more often than not. And I guess finally what I would say is that I would suggest that this strategy review be a kind of a living exercise. As you finish the process, if you have, as I suggested, emerged from it with a fat document, but where you've written down your analyses and your conclusions and so forth. If you've done that, it's reasonably likely that there will be some holes in the analysis, in the data. There will be places where you say, well, I really didn't have time as we went through this to kind of get that really sorted out thoroughly. Well, go back and visit those. And in that sense, it is a living endeavor, because by the time you go back and really take a careful look at something else may have changed. An example has to do with, for instance, with financial data. You may recall in one of my videos, I suggested that you make use of some financial data which may not be readily available in your organization, and where it'll take a little bit of time, first of all, to persuade the people who are sitting on it to produce it for you, and secondly, to have it generated. So having received all that, you'll then want to go back and see what it says, and that may even change your conclusions about things. So, sorry, this has been a bit of a ramble about the importance of being constantly vigilant, to varying degrees, depending upon the speed of change in your business, but something that you really don't want to get too relaxed about if a lot's happening out there. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed all that. As I said earlier, number one, try to pull it all together. Get somebody that you can rely on to review it. Use it as a way of sharing and even generating debate among your colleagues, among the owners of the business, and so forth. And above all, I hope you've enjoyed the course, gotten something out of it. And if you have, give me a comment, an email, whatever you want. I'd enjoy it, and I would even be glad to make further videos of this sort if there are any big issues which I've overlooked, for which there is a demand. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.